أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Today inshallah we are going to continue with the topic of tamyiz. In the last session, we learned that a tamyiz is a word that is used to specify or it just adds detail to a word that is not clear, that is vague. And a tamyiz is normally translated as in terms of. Also, we learned that both asma and afal can have a tamyiz. So in the last session, we learned that about the asma that can take tamyiz. Those were asma tafdeel and the numbers from 11 plus. So also, um, we learned that a tamyiz is singular, it is common, it is in the status of nasab, that means it's mansoob. Also, it comes after the vague word. So these were the few points that we learned in the last session. So about the isim tafdeel, we did few examples from the Quran, and then we learn about the numbers, that how in numbers like 11 plus like except 100 and 1000, we have the tamyiz in the form of madud. So we have the adad and we have the madud. The very easy example is like 14 pans, in which 14 is our adad and pans is that word that is madud. So madud, that word will be a tamyiz. And we did few examples as you can see, in which a madud is appearing as tamyiz. Today, inshallah, we'll take few examples of the af'al that can take tamyiz. We have a list of those af'al that have appeared in the Quran commonly. So let's see, inshallah. These words are mala'a, that means to fill something or someone, and then we have zada. Zada means to increase. Inshallah, as we'll do the examples, we'll see how they are. We'll learn a little bit about their self as well. Then we have izdada, that means to increase. And then we have kafa, to increase oneself. And then we have kafa, to be sufficient. Then we have sa'a, to be terrible. And then we have hasuna, to be good or beautiful. So let's see a few examples from the Quran now. We have a first example now. لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ. Here we have highlighted the words with blue that are a rafal, and we have all the tamyiz appearing or highlighted as yellow. So here you can see لِيَزْدَادُوا إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ, so that they can increase in faith in terms of what? Also, you can see that sometimes we do not have in terms of in the translation. We normally have, here, we do not see in terms of, but we know that basically what the means is actually. So here, so that they can increase in faith with their present faith, along with their present faith. So this word, liyazdadu, it is, we know that it's izdada yazdadu, izdadan, izdiadan. So this is, we have this fail along with the tamyiz here. We know that imanan is tamyiz because we can see that it is singular, it is common, it is in the state of nasab, and also it is coming after a vague word. That means that is not clear. Here we can see, so that they can increase in, they can increase in what? In terms of faith. So here, this imanan word will be considered as tamyiz. Then we have Wakafa billahi waliyan, wakafa billahi nasira. So again, from the list of the words of those afal that we just mentioned, we see kafa means to be sufficient. So here, and Allah is enough or is sufficient, sufficient as a protective friend. Again, you can see here it is not translated as in terms of, but we know that this word waliyan and then we have nasiran, both words you can see they are singular, they are common, they are mansoob, and they are coming after the the word that is from the list of the way afal. So we have this waliyan and nasiran as tameez. So this word kafa, kafa yakfi, kifaya. So this is her from the word from her small family, and so Allah is enough as a protective friend, and Allah is enough as a helper. So we have this from Surah Al-Nisa, this ayah, وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ وَلِيًّا وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ نَصِيرًا. So this Samis, you can notice that it's very easy to locate. It's very easy to recognize. Like we know that grammatically, we have to look for four things for a word to be a tameez. Like it is coming after a vague word, it is singular, it is common, it is mansoob. So Imanan, Waliyan, Nasiran, you can see these words, they all fit for this definition. We have the next example here, Bisa Sharabu Wasa Murtafaqa. So we have this from Surah Kahf, and we have Wasa'at here, and then Murtafaqa from Rafaka. Rafaka means the resting place, and this is again you can see the let's look at the translation. What a terrible drink, and how terrible it is as a place of rest or reclining. Then we have this Murtafaqa from uh, here Irtafaqa Yartafiku. So this is again how terrible it is as a place of rest and reclining. So murtafakan, again, it is singular, it is common, it is mansoob, and coming after this was we know that sa'a means to be terrible. So this word is again tameez here. The next example is ni'ma sawabu wa hasunat murtafaqa. Again, we have this wa hasuna, this word, how excellent it is. What an amazing reward, ni'ma sawabu, and how excellent it is as a place of rest and reclining. Again, we see this murtafaqan as a tamyiz, and wa hasunat is a fail that appeared here. So then we have this example. إن الذين كفروا وماتوا وهم كفار فلن يقبل من أحدهم ملء الأرض ذهبا ولو افتدى به. So we have this mala, this work, but it has appeared as here now because we know that this is idafa. So here milul ardi, we have the full capacity of the earth. So we have this, and after that we see zahaban. Again, it is common, it is in nasab, it is in the state of nasab, it is singular, and it comes after this week fail. So we have this zahaban as tamiz mansoob bil fatha. So that means then the full capacity of the earth in gold will not be accepted from any of them, even if he tried to ransom with it. وَلَوِ bihi. So we have seen these examples in which the tamiz has appeared, and it's very easy to locate. So it's singular, common, mansoob, and coming after a vague word. Then we have Qur Rabbi Zidni Ilma. We have this ayah from Surah At-Taha, and it is from the root letters. We know that Zada Yazidu, Ziyadatan. So this is Wakul Rabbi Zidni Ilma. Again, we see um, in the translation and say, my Lord, my Master, increase me in what? Increase me in terms of knowledge. So ilman, again, we see it as singular, common, a word, and it's mansoob, and it is coming after a vague verb. So these are few the verbs that are commonly used in the Quran: mala'a, zada, izdada, kafa, sa'a, hasuna, and alhamdulillah, we have done the examples for each of them. So this is tamiz um, that can come as in with asma and afal, and it is used to just specify or add detail to a word that is not clear. And also, um, it can be translated as in terms of, but sometimes we do not see these wordings, but we know that tamiz is a singular word and it is a common word, a mansoob word, and it always comes after a vague word. So, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we have completed the topic of tamiz. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next session. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.